We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to The Freak Show. I am your host, BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS, and today we're going to dive in and we're going to check out Star Dynasties. I think this is going to be an indie spotlight. I think that's what we're going to go with this. It is by Poly Games and Iceberg Interactive, and it releases on March 16th, 2021 into Steam Early Access. A big shout out to the developer, publisher, and PR folk who hooked me up with a code to showcase this here on The Freak Show. That being said, let's dive in and see what the story is all about. In the 22nd century, humanity had a foothold in the stars, but the inadvertent destruction of Earth has plunged the galaxy into a new, dark age. In the years since the collapse, there has been the near-total loss of the political, technological, and economic advances of human civilization. The initial focus of the colonies, never intended to be self-sufficient, was simply survival. Disconnection of the lifeline of resources from Earth wiped out many, and the survivors faced a most desperate enemy: each other. The ensuing lawlessness shattered the old political structure and led to the rise of warlords and a brutal cycle of subsistence and war. Several hundred years later, the colonies have stabilized into a simple feudal society, unable to understand and extend the technological artifacts it uses to survive. An aristocratic elite fight between themselves for the right to rule over the scattered fragments of humankind. Press any key to continue. I could probably just read that part normally, but there you go, guys and gals. That is our story so far. That is what we are looking at. That is how the game is going to play out. We are going to start with the guided scenario, or we'll just go with new game guided scenario. I want to go right into the tutorial. No, we're gonna go guided scenario. Okay, so this will be our tutorial. I played around with some of the settings and stuff to get the game sounding about where I want it to sound. And we're going to learn a whole bunch about how the game works. Hopefully you guys are on board with it. I am always a big fan of tutorialization and things of that nature, so you guys know. Welcome! Oh, we're not going to go that route. In this scenario, you will learn how to play Star Dynasties. The game will unlock incrementally as we progress. You will be able to continue playing the scenario as a normal game after all features are unlocked. Let's start with how to interact with the game. You can switch between the game and the main menu at any time by pressing the escape key, which we can do even at this point, which is nice. If the text is too small, you can change the UI scale from the options, which I already did. It's at 125% versus 100%. The main view of this game is the star map. You can move around the map by holding the right click and dragging. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Later, you'll be able to interact with the map by mousing over elements and clicking on them, but it's been disabled for right now. This is you. Star Dynasties is a game about characters, their relationships, and their struggles for power and happiness. Click on our portrait to bring up the details. Hey, look, they knew that I'm 37. That's impressive, actually. Cool. Character panel. This is the inspector panel, currently focused on your character. To the right of the portrait, it shows key information about your character, such as their age and reputation. Okay, cool. Next. This section shows your character's personality and other attributes they currently have. Mouse over an icon to understand its meaning. For example, Duke Alvin Goodman is brave and friendly. Okay. Brave, all right. Okay, cool. And then over here we got friendly. Nice. A lot of extra info there. I'm just gonna kind of go based off of what they're telling me here. So there is a little bit more information. I'm not going to dive too deep into some of this stuff right now because I want to just try to keep up with an overall idea and feeling of how to play the game. Some icons, such as the one showing your character is married, can be clicked on to focus on a related object. So we're married, and we click on this, and then we can see that she's apparently a known hemophiliac. Oh, a close kin. I say she's either bleeding or she's a known hemophiliac, or they're giving us too much information that we don't need to know about certain cycles. But no, it just shows that she's our kin by marriage, apparently. All right, cool. Next, what do we have? This section shows your character's level and a set of 5 skills. Your skills and those of your house members impact your effectiveness in personal and political activities. So we have administration, which we're not very good at. Military, we're real good at. Diplomacy, security, technologically not so good. All right, cool. Further information. The bottom part of the inspector panel contains a series of information tabs about your character. We've left the actions tab locked for now, and we'll get back to it later. So we got feelings, which is weird, family, justice, secrets, inheritance, relationships. So these are all of our kin. My bro, my other bro, my wife, and my mama. The claims, cool. And then we have history. Okay, and then the actions are locked. Let's go back to the first one here, the feelings. This is the star system containing your colony. The star map shows the systems that humanity has explored. You can mouse over a system to see details about its colony, or click to focus on it. Okay, I can click to focus on it. Okay, cool. I feel like we shouldn't have a lot of colonies on the sun, but apparently we do because we're cool like that. This striped region on the map is your faction, the Goodman Kingdom. Factions are a region of colonies that are loyal to a single ruler, its duke. Dukes also personally rule the capital system of their faction. Okay. You can mouse over a faction to see details about it. Clicking on a faction will show details about the faction and its duke's household. So we are both a baron and a duke, and the rightful one at that. So, okay, so we're duke. We're the leader of the faction. That's our flag. Okay, there's our council. There's our idol. There's folks that we can't task. Our nephew, our other nephew, our son, and our other son. This is our daughter and our daughter. Okay. Yep, cool. Next, what do we got? Some factions are independent. These are shown on the map in a single color. Some factions are the subjects of a larger political union called a league. They are shown on the map in the stripes of that league. Huh, okay. Your faction is shown as a striped region because it belongs to this league, the Singleton Dominion. Okay. In this scenario, you start out as a member of another ruler's empire. Leagues are ruled by an archon. You can see a league's details by mousing over and clicking on the solidly colored part of the league. This is the master faction of the league, which Archon Mira Singleton rules personally. The political system is a pyramid. At the bottom are barons that rule individual colonies. Okay, so we're a baron, we rule a colony, but we're also a duke, which means barons swear allegiance to a duke who rules a faction. So a duke rules a faction made up of barons who rule individual colonies. So multiple colonies are ruled by the barons. They move over to a duke, swear allegiance to them, and then that becomes a faction. Okay, I'm tracking. Dukes can be independent, or they can swear allegiance to an archon, and then the archon rules leagues of factions. So say 4 barons swear to a 5th baron, that becomes a faction, which is a duke who rules the faction. And then if you have 4 factions swearing fealty, we'll say, to a 5th duke, that duke is no longer a duke, that becomes an archon, which is then made up of, I guess, the 5 factions, and it becomes a league. I think that's how it all plays out. Click here to see this represented visually. Oh, yep, there's a whole bunch of explanation here. All right, let's get through this. Vassalage. The relationship between rulers and the galaxy is that of vassalage, a system of mutual obligation between master and subject. The master provides protection and justice, while the subject provides military and economic support. In a faction, a duke has barons as vassals. Each baron pays a tax to the duke and must bring their military fleet when called upon. Okay, makes sense. The baron, in turn, has their own vassals, the nobles that control the colony. Ah, okay. Thus, when a duke goes to war, their fleet is composed of the ships of all the houses on all the colonies of their faction. Okay, so the baron's not even the lowest tier. The baron is the lowest leader, and he controls the nobles that control the colony. So the nobles are the bottom tier faction, I guess. And then they answer to the Baron. The Baron then answers to the Duke. Okay, we're seeing it. A Duke may be independent, but they may also be a vassal of an Archon. Archons rule leagues of factions and sit at the top of the political hierarchy. Vassals enjoy considerable autonomy, largely because of the distances between colonies. As a result, even powerful houses have limited tools to directly control their subjects, and holding together a large faction or league can be more challenging than conquering it. When a ruler willingly submits to becoming the vassal of another, any grievances between them are forgotten. Note that not all rulers within another ruler's territory are all their direct vassals. The vassal barons of a duke, who is the vassal of an archon, are indirect vassals of the archon. Unless specified, vassal means direct vassal. Okay. And then we can see a visual representation. Okay, so... Okay, oh, so this is all that, okay, all that information, okay. So the nobles are, again, the bottom tier. They own parts of a colony. They are the vassals of the baron who rules the colony. Then the barons will become vassals of the duke when there's a bunch of barons that swear to a duke. The duke then rules the faction. The faction is a group of colonies, and at that point it can stay just a faction and be independent, or it can then swear fealty to an archon, which then rules a league, which is made up of a group of factions, and the factions are made up of a group of colonies. Okay, it all plays out. That's good. I like that. That was well done. It's a lot of information, guys and gals, and I apologize. I don't know how far in we're gonna get. We might even get all the way through the tutorial, but we'll see. We'll try. Some star systems do not have a tooltip, and their name is only shown if you zoom in close. Okay. Enough. The systems were never colonized by humanity, and we no longer have the technology to try. You cannot interact with these systems. Well, that sucks. As a duke, you are the head of a noble household or house. Physically, your household is the part of the colony that you own. In it reside the family members that are dependent on you and that help you manage your affairs. You can see the members of your house when you focus on your faction by either clicking on your faction on the map or clicking on your house flag next to your portrait. Alright. Here we are, Inheritance. One of the most important characters in your house is Duke Heir Ty Goodman. Okay, it's my son. They will inherit your household and the territory that it rules when your character, Duke Alvin Goodman, dies. I'm only 37, man. I don't want to die yet. When that happens, you will continue playing the game as Duke Heir Ty Goodman. Okay. Your goal is to make your house the most powerful house in the galaxy by expanding your empire through conquest and political intrigue. You can see your progress in the victory window. You will lose the game if your house falls from power and no longer controls a faction. The goal of the game is for your house to become a great house that dominates half the colonized galaxy. To achieve this, at the end of your turn, you must control a minimum number of systems, either directly in your faction or indirectly through a league. You will lose the game if your house is no longer a leading house. Controlling 3 systems out of 58 required. There are 115 colonized systems in total. Oh, so we need 58, and okay, I understand. Okay. Play more turns, and you'll see progress over time. Alright, that's cool. Star Dynasties is turn-based. After you take your turn, every other character in the game acts, and you are shown the most important events that happen. End your turn. Alright, your son celebrated his coming of age. As an adult, he can now take an active role in House Goodman, and a marriage for him found to the house's advantage. Okay. This is an event that describes something that has happened or is happening, where it happened, and who is involved. Click OK. Your wife is pregnant. Okay. Characters have emotional reactions to events. The icons under your character's portrait show that you are pleased. You can mouse over them to see the individual emotions. Expecting a child, 38. Icons under your character, you can mouse over them, see their emotions. You are pleased. I mean, I don't really see the emotions. I guess happiness is thrilled. She's really thrilled. We're also thrilled, but not as thrilled. So, It is what it is. Happiness is important for your character. It allows you to take more actions, makes you more fun to be around, and increases your effectiveness at various tasks. As a result of the happiness caused, you feel warmer toward Duke Consort Trisha. So bad, Duke Consort. Trisha Goodman. If you mouse over their portrait, a bar appears under your portrait showing your opinion of them. If you are not mousing over any character, bars under portrait show the character's opinion of you. Let's see the detail behind your opinion of Duke Consort Trisha. With your character focused, control click their portrait and drag it to the highlight. Alright, so we're there. So if we hit control click, it puts it down there. Okay, or we could have dragged. Okay. When you place a character in the contrast slot, the characters panel shows you a breakdown of your opinion toward them. Sure. The bars under the portraits of other characters show their opinion towards the character in the contrast slot. Click OK when you're ready to continue. Personal, okay, 12, and it's going up. There's no honor here. Respect, appointed council member. Actions, expecting child living with Duke Consort Trisha Goodman. Okay. And then our happiness. Okay, that's cool. I like that. That's all good. Sometimes you must pick between one or more choices. In this event, a baron in a nearby faction wants to betray their master and join your faction. This would enlarge your territory, but it comes with a penalty. Before you take this decision or make this decision, you need to understand reputation. Okay? When you hurt or help someone, usually only that character changes their opinion of you. But some actions will change the opinion of all characters towards you. These widely held opinions are your reputation. Okay. The most important part of your reputation is honor, which we have none of. Your society has rules. When you do something you shouldn't, you lose honor. When you go beyond what is expected, you gain honor. The red icons in the first choice show that it is dishonorable, and by how much. Mouse over them to see what rule you would break. The moral consequences annexed a system belonging to the Han Union. Respect the sovereignty of a duke over their territory. Okay, accept the offer to continue. Oh no. When you act dishonorably, oh man, my honor went down by 12. That's a lot. Towards someone, they get a grievance against you. You can see the list of grievances in the Justice tab on your character panel. An eye for an eye. Grievances let you seek revenge on someone, and any proportionate dishonorable act against them does not reduce your honor. By accepting a Baroness Rio, Becker's betrayal, you have given Duke Camille Khan a partial justification for declaring war. Fortunately, we are stronger than they are. So let's go take a look at the Justice tab here. Alright. So we're fine, maybe? I don't know. Broken allegiance with the Han Union pledged their place in Leseth to the Goodman Kingdom, delivering justice for an annulment of Isadora Han's marriage and a retaliation for Baroness Rio Becker being fined. This update has popped up because you are directly involved in it. Okay. At the start of your turn, you are shown a list of events that were not important enough to highlight on the star map as they happen, but you still might find them interesting. Alright. Duke Heiress Lee Kelly has celebrated her coming of age. During your turn, you can take actions. Actions cost AP, and you are limited in how much you can do by your available AP. While your empire is small, you will find that you have plenty of AP to spare, as there is only so much that can consume your attention. You will find yourself significantly more stretched later on. Alright. Right-click on a portrait, colony, flag, or region on the map brings up the actions you can take that are related to that object. Right-click on your character or another object to see related actions. All actions are currently locked, but we'll start unlocking them shortly. Oh. Honor with feast. Divorce. Oh no. Try for a child. Train. Personal protection. Medical attention. Lead a rebellion. Yikes. Scary times. Alright. If you prefer, you can bring up the actions related to an object from the highlighted tab on the inspector panel. You can also see the full list of actions by clicking Actions in the bottom right. Huh. Wow, there is a lot. Okay, cool. Some actions also cost money, or the little gold symbol there, i.e. money. As a ruler, you gain money each turn through taxing your vassals. House areas. The activities of your house are broken down into 5 areas, and your house has a score in each area. You can mouse over each area icon to see how the score is calculated and what it affects. Council. For each area, you should assign a member of your house to oversee it and increase the score. To assign a council member, click on the plus button for one of the areas, then select a member of your house. Usually you will want the character that has the highest skill in that area to be in charge of it. Assign a council member. The icon next to the candidate's name indicates the action is a favor. Should the opportunity arise, it is dishonorable not to repay a favor. So if we go with military, we can appoint a multitude of people. Looks like Mama is the best military mind. You assigned your mother to the council as the head of the military for House Goodman. Yeah, I did. Alright, then we're going to go here with the handshaky bits. And most of our crew not super good at it. So apparently we're going to have to appoint our brother. You assigned your brother, the head of diplomacy. Then for security, well, I guess we're going to appoint my sister-in-law. Cool. And then finally, what is this last one? Technology. Oh. Boo. I can appoint my other brother, apparently, to do that. Okay, that's good. We'll do that. Boom. There it is. You now have the ability to manage your council. Feel free to assign... Alright, got it. Your family tab shows the characters that are related to you. Your happiness is affected by what happens to your immediate family, and your heirs will inherit your empire when you die. Nobles that are related to you are much likelier to act in your interests, or at least not oppose you. It is dishonorable to attack a relative or fail to help them in times of need. As a result, you want to find marriages for your family members that strengthen important political relationships. Your heir has just come of age. Let's find them a partner. Use the arrange marriage action to find a marriage for Duke heir Ty Goodman. Your heir is your eldest son, or child, You can find them in the family tab for your character. Heirs have the following state symbol. So he just came of age, right? There he is. There he is. Alright, so he's there. We're going to go to the actions tab. We're going to arrange a marriage. Oh, God. Marriage is one of the most important institutions in post-collapse culture for 2 reasons. Acting in bad faith toward one's kin is dishonorable. Marrying into a family is a good way to discourage them from seeing you as a military target. In general, a crime against a family member is considered a more heinous crime. Kin members are also obliged to defend each other from aggression. As legitimate power can only be transferred through inheritance, marriage is one of the key ways an ambitious house or individual can gain power. Your marriage is an ongoing source of happiness or unhappiness for your character, depending on how much you like your spouse and whether they are away from your home system. Because of how valuable marriage is to form alliances amongst the nobility and keep the peace, dissolving a marriage through divorce is normally dishonorable. When 2 members from different houses are married, the lesser partner becomes a member of the more important partner's house. The more important partner is determined by the first relevant rule. The character who is higher in a line of succession to become a ruler. The character who stands to inherit a higher ranking house, and the older character. If 2 rulers get married, they will remain the heads of their respective house and live separately. Interesting. The spouse of a ruler has rights by virtue of their position. If an acting head must take the reins temporarily, they are usually chosen. I don't know why I can't read anymore, guys and gals. It's all falling apart. The ruler is also honor-bound to place them on their council. Characters are not free to arrange their own marriages. Instead, For each character, there is a marriage authority who can marry them off or divorce their marriage. Okay. Sure. Okay, so let's try this again. We gotta find a partner. For now, a good candidate might be the relative of a nearby duke or baron. As you play, you will get better at finding good matches. Note that some potential partners will join your house, while some marriages may result in Duke heir Ty Goodman leaving your house. Usually you want to keep a close hold of your family members, and marriage is a scary thing. I mean, is he pursuing true love? It doesn't sound like it in this one, and I mean, we know that true love is the most important thing, so clearly we can't play this game anymore. Sorry, no, I'm kidding. Let's see here. Usually you want to keep a close hold on your family members, but there is a maximum size to which your house can grow, highlighted on the faction panel. Choose a partner for your heir. Why is his face in the way? Okay, so if we did this, this would, do not lie with your own blood. Oh, yeah, no. You don't want to go with Admiral Shauna Goodman. That's, yep. Do not, incest is bad, yes. Mistress Tavia Williamson? Who is she? Baron Heiress Laramie Parker will join your house? She does not like us, and she's worried. She at least likes, or is liked. Layla... She'd be pleased. Okay. Your sister-in-law's mother? What? No. Isadora Hahn? That might actually get rid of the problems that we're faced with. Oh, there's so many things. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. How old is she? Oh, she's 31. He's 16. I mean, that's fine, but it's a bit rough. Mistress Anastasia Christian? You know what? Yeah, let's just go with that. I don't know. You're there? Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We lack the knowledge to build new colonies or significantly expand existing ones, so there is a limit to how many people we can support. Having a child is the right of every man and woman. Having a second is a luxury few could afford. Noble families that grow too large generate widespread resentment. Increasing your house size beyond the limit is dishonorable. As House Goodman improves its income, the limit will grow. To avoid bringing shame on your house, its members must be given permission to have additional children. You can see who already has permission by mousing over the limit indicator on your faction panel. Alright guys, again, sorry about that. It took me a while to figure out exactly where this was. It should have been pretty obvious. I don't know why it took me as long as it did, but that's fine. So we have 12 out of 13 members. It's limited. If we get more income, we can increase it by another. So 15, we can increase it to 14 people. At 18, 15 people. At 21, 16. The following members are pregnant. Trisha's pregnant, so our house size is basically maxed out at this point. Okay. You now have the ability to arrange a marriage for members of your house, divorce their existing marriages, and grant or take away permission from a couple to have a child. You also decide whether you want to have more children for yourself. You're obliged to help your vassals punish those who have wronged them. Baroness Rio Becker has grievances against their former master and wants to settle the score. You have 2 turns in which to do something about this charge, or you'll be seen as unjust and lose honor. Because Duke Camille Hahn is a duke, you could ask your master to avenge these grievances, but you are strong enough to take this matter into your own hands. To avenge a grievance, you must punish the criminal in some way. There are a set of punishments that you can use on criminals in Aludra or your vassals, but these are not appropriate for a duke. Any dishonorable act that you could commit against the duke will be seen as a punishment for the grievance. Normally, declaring war would be dishonorable, but with the grievance we can declare war with the excuse of avenging their crime. Charge you with avenging Duke Camille Hahn's crimes. Being fined the payments to rebels on... Oh, okay. Let's take a look at our chances if we attack Duke Camille Hahn. In Star Dynasties, you do not move your faction's fleet on the star map. Instead, when you attack or defend a system, You will call nearby vassals and other rulers to arms, and the size of your fleet will be determined by who shows up. Click on the Ross 780 system. All right. Power projection. In the power projection tab, you can see the expected size of your fleet if all vassals in range answered your call, and you can also see the expected fleet size for each ruler that can attack or defend the system. Fleets are represented by 3 separate values: the blue, the red, and the orange, corresponding to 3 different ship types. Each ship type is strong against one ship type and weak against the other. Okay. I feel like we done gonna whoop her booty. We got a 35-50-17. It's going to crush most of that. We got a 30-43-11 and a 3-3-5. For Ross 780, if all your vassals are loyal and no other rulers get involved, you can project a stronger fleet than Duke Camille Khan. The obligation to avenge your vassal is a wonderful opportunity to use this military advantage and take Ross 780. Click on the Han Union and declare war. Okay, Note that the declare war action is still dishonorable, but if you mouse over the dishonored icons, you will see that the amount of dishonored is lowered because of the charge. Okay, so click here. Actions, declare war. Do not go to war, but it's less, okay, because of payments to the rebel. Okay. Now you are at war. Let's go right ahead and attack Ross 780. Right-click on Ross 780 to attack it. You have declared war upon delivering... Okay. Right-click, attack. Who will command House Goodman's fleet at Ross 780? You need to choose a commander to lead your fleet at Ross 780. For now, choose yourself. Pick yourself as a commander. I guess that's me. You have taken personal command of House Goodman's forces at Ross 780. Duke Alvin Goodman now has a trait. Assigned to a fleet. Okay. The first phase of combat is the build-up phase, where you will canvass support for the attack. You can call each direct vassal within range to arms, and you can ask each other ruler within range to help you. Each request you make costs 1 diamond. We've made sure that you have enough AP this time for the request you need to make. Call on Lesseth to call a Baroness Rio Becker. Alright, how does one do that? Has a surprise. Or has surprise. Alright, so I can click on whoever... Okay, I gotcha. So, click call. I mean, I am trying to call, but it didn't let me. Can we? No? Is there a call button elsewhere? Like, I see the call button here, but it's not allowing me to do that. Oh, it's not there. It's up here. Okay, my bad. Okay, I understand. The control on the right shows you a log of build-up activity. Baroness Rio Becker has joined the attack, and your fleet size has grown accordingly. Mouse over the value for a more detailed breakdown. Normally, you and your opponent take turns to ask a ruler for support, but right now, you have the element of surprise. When you ask a ruler to join your fleet, there's a chance of losing surprise. Show underneath the request button, or shown underneath. Join the attack yourself and ask the remainder of your vassals to do so. Join. Call. Alright, you have amassed a respectable fleet. Yeah, I have. Normally, you can also ask rulers within range for support, but we left that locked for now. As the attacker, you choose when to launch the attack, but the defender always gets 4 free build-up moves. After you commit your forces, if possible, maintaining surprise for as long as possible reduces the impact of this defender's advantage. Launch the attack. So we definitely have her beat right now. Let's see how this plays out. So she's going to get 4 turns to garner some support. The resolution phase consists up to 3 rounds, and each round you and your opponent will pick a tactic. Its effects will persist for the remainder of combat. After you pick a tactic, both sides make a damage roll. This determines damage dealt for the round before bonuses. Pick flexibility for this round. Okay. Scroll down. Okay, flexibility. Oh, chance commander dies. Some damage dealt taken. Okay. Effectiveness 10-1. We done messed him up pretty good. Okay. And then we say okay. Some combat tactics are counters. These nullify any effects your opponent has played that have a particular type. For example, the little blue... Okay. Pick Decapitate to counter your opponent's effects. 25% chance commander dies. Counter. Okay. Interesting stuff. Attacks countered the following. Wow. That was rough. Okay. Okay, we'll say okay again. It looks like we did a little bit of damage on them. Did not do... Actually, okay. They did damage on us, maybe? I don't... It's a little hard to see. Oh, because we had a bad roll there. Pick a tactic as the attacker. I say we overwhelmingly blitz them. Oh, we got a 50. Oh, you're done. You are... That's it. It's over. Yeah. That was the end of that. Jeez. Dude, Camille Han has been injured in combat. Yeah, you have. Okay, combat finishes. Attacker House Goodman wins. As expected, the Goodman Kingdom defeated the fleet of the Han Union in Ross 780. As is to be expected, your forces defeated the smaller armada of the Han Union. Initial strength. Remaining strength, we only ended up losing 2 ships. 1 blue and 1 orange. And they've got nothing left. And -1 to Ross 780's infrastructure level. Okay. You have conquered Ross 780. Having conquered Ross 780, you must now choose who will rule it as your vassal. You can leave Baron Camille Han in place, but they are unlikely to be loyal. You can see that for many candidates, choosing them would be a favor, but unfortunately would also be dishonorable. This is because Baron Camille Han has a rightful claim to be ruler of Ross 780. Those candidates do not. However, you do have a candidate that also has a claim to the rule of 780. A claim is the widespread acceptance that a character or faction is the rightful ruler or master of a territory. Claims reduce the dishonor of war or rebellion when they are led by the claimant or championed on their behalf. Claims are acquired gradually over time by holding territory or through inheritance. Sir Kenneth McCann has a claim to rule Ross 780. This allows you to replace a previous ruler without losing honor. Okay. So who are we looking at? Sir Kenneth. Commissioner. There he is. Sir Kenneth. You deposed Baron Camille and replaced it with Sir Kenneth McCann. Okay. You raised Baron Kenneth McCann to power as the ruler of Ross 780. You have conquered the Han Union. Wow. The remnants of the Han Union fragmented into independent systems. Irrespective of whether the new ruler of Ross 780 has a claim to rule it, annexing a system into your faction is dishonorable if your faction doesn't have a claim to own it. We'll see later how you may go about acquiring owning claims for future conquests. Not have a strong owning claim to Ross 780. We've annexed it illegally, so we're upsetting a lot of people right now. You can now declare war on the other factions and attack systems. Note that while we are going through this guided portion of the scenario, other dukes will not attack you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this has gone on for quite a long time. I knew this was going to be a pretty lengthy intro to the game and a lengthy tutorial, as it were. So I think I'm going to break it off right here. I don't know how much further in the tutorial goes, but I think this is going to be where we stop for now. Unfortunately, it'll probably be a few days before I'm able to do another episode to follow up with this. But definitely go check out the game since it is dropping into early access basically at the same time this video is going up. And if you guys like kind of grand strategy on a maybe less grand scale than a lot of the other ones, this should definitely whet your whistle. It is called Star Dynasties once again. Steam Early Access date drop is March 16th, 2021. So you guys, like I said, can grab it and play it and check it out for your very own selves. I am going to be going into, I'm going to be getting some dental surgery done tomorrow. So I'm going to be out of it for a few days at minimum. It's not going to be great. But, yeah, I'll be back when I am back and able to do stuff. Once again, I will come back to this and we'll continue on pressing forward through Star Dynasties tutorialized sections. And then maybe another couple of episodes. Just kind of do like an indie spotlight mini-series or something along those lines. Either way, folks, until the very next episode, if you want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, the publisher, or any of that stuff, down below in the description of the video, there'll be various links and things of that nature. I have been your host, BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show. And always remember, we play, we fight, we conquer.